And we're live. Hello everyone and welcome back to Drawin' and Chattin', in which we're gonna heckin' draw and chat once I get the art on the screen. Yay! Hold on, let's put the music on a little bit. Okay, cool. Got some chill music in the background and let's get this art on the screen. Let's go! Okay. Absolutely no issues today. Absolutely no technical issues, right? Just gonna work right off the bat. And yeah, I think today I'm gonna be continuing my quest to draw every Link in Zelda as a chibi. We're so close to the end. I've only got 3 sets left. I'm nearly there. I'm so hecking close. Yeah, we are Dustin today, unfortunately. Dust is very busy. Dust is doing some things. Dust has told me. It's not XCOM, so it'll go without a hitch. That's true. Yeah, only XCOM can have bugs. Clearly, this is how this works. Oh hey, Pumpkin summoned Flora from the from the gacha. Let's go. Yeah, actually, great time to summon Flora, because speaking of Flora, which is to say, speaking of Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, they've released the names for the stages in AOI, which is interesting. I'm glad they did not use the Ocarina of Time names. Not because of I don't mind when they reuse names in the Zelda series, I actually kind of like it, but purely because I have plans for the Ocarina of Time names. I think it would make it even more confusing to have the Ocarina of Time characters also be the Age of Imprisonment characters. It would be confusing for me specifically, so I'm like, oh good, phew, they have different names, I don't need to worry about getting Ruto confused with another Ruto, you know. It's already confusing enough with Raru, okay? Because I'm alright with the Raru from Ocarina of Time. I really have no problems with the owl. He can do what he wants. But I don't like Raru from Age of Imprisonment. Don't really like TOTK Raru. That'll make things interesting. Which 3 are left? Good question. So we've got, actually I can go through all of them. I've got Sun and Sky from Skyward Sword. We've got Dot and 4 from Minish Cap, 4 Swords Adventures and 4 Swords. We've got Lullaby in Time from Ocarina of Time and Sword of Majora's Mask, kind of, not really. But you know what, we'll count it actually, don't worry about it, okay, it's fine. We've got Fable and Legend from, okay, hold on. A Link to the Past, Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons, A Link Between Worlds, Triforce Heroes, and Link's Awakening. We got Echo and Silent from Echoes of Wisdom, Cadence of Hyrule, and Adventure of Link, sort of, but not really. But kind of, but not really. We've got Dawn and Hyrule from The Legend of Zelda 1, and also Zelda 2, sort of, kind of, but not really. Got Tetra and Wind from Wind Waker, and Phantom Hourglass, the best game. And then these are the ones I haven't yet finished. We've got Spirit Tracks, Spirit and Phantom. We've got Twilight Princess, Twilight and Dusk. And we've got Hyrule Warriors, Artemis and Warriors. Oh, and then last but not least, how can I forget Flora and Wild from Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Age of Calamity, and technically maybe sort of Age of Imprisonment, but also maybe not Age of Calamity. I consider it non-canon. I consider it an event that happened, but it isn't canon to this specific Flora, if that makes any sense. Anyways, there you go. Legend and Wild are hogging all the games. Well, yeah, I guess Wild has 4 now. We don't know, though. Because we don't know if Wild is going to properly show up in Age of Imprisonment. He may not. Anyways, how are people doing today? Oh, I became big. Hello. I tried to scroll, but I scrolled myself instead. Here, let's just do this. Okay, there we go. I'm back to normal spice. Yo Marionette, yo Mesa, yo Moro. Yo Grilled Turtle, yo Pumpkin, yo Mob, yo Joe Generic. How's it going, folks? If I didn't say hi to you, say something else in chat. I'll see you. Odd coincidence that Capcom Zeldas are merged into 4 minus the Oracle games. It's not even a coincidence, it's just that they all came out at about the same time and they had the same concept, which is there are many links. That was the concept. I think Capcom decided, they're like, hey look, we could do 4 people, wouldn't that be cool? And they kind of stuck to that for all 3 of their games. Oracle was also, yeah, it was Capcom, wasn't it? That's a good point. Dot and 4 in Marvel vs. Capcom, yeah. Yeah, Dot and 4 for Marvel vs. Capcom, and I want Geno from Super Mario RPG in Octopath Traveler CFTC. Do it now, Square. Do it now, Capcom. You can do this. Okay, there you go. That's my request. Anyways, let's get to the artwork. How's everyone doing today? Anyone have any fun events happen to them over the weekend? I'm sure you all have been doing some very fun things. It's what weekends are for, after all. Doing fun things. Yay. I'm gonna cover up Warriors' face. He doesn't get to see anything now. Gino in Octopath, yeah. Gino for Octopath Zero, he would be a hunter class, because he's a sniper. Also, Artemis, by the way, would be a hunter class if she was an Octopath Traveler. I have indeed mapped out the Octopath classes onto the Zeldas. If you didn't think I had done this, you underestimate my power. OTC looks like a person on their hands and knees bowing. Oh yeah, I guess it kind of does, yeah. That's a good point. That is the thing. Hadn't thought about that, but that is the thing. I need the right hair color here. Maybe a little more orange. Yeah, this is fine. We'll fix it later. We'll fix it in post. Obligated to ask which Zelda is the dancer. That's a good question. Okay, let me go through them, because I gotta remember now. I did write the mapping down. It's written down somewhere. So, starting from the beginning, Cleric is actually Fable, because Fable is the only Zelda with healing abilities. Like innate healing abilities, okay? Dusk giving the Triforce of Wisdom to Midna does not count. Scholar was it Flora or was it... I think it was Flora? Let me go look. I wrote these down and I wrote proper reasonings for them. Hold on. I'm kind of curious now. I did this a year ago, at least. Probably more than that. Here. Yes, Primrose is great. See, when you said you like Milo, I'm like, oh, Marionette, I think you're gonna like Primrose. Primrose was Milo before Milo was Milo. Milo from Triangle Strategy, for anyone who's curious. An amazing game. I highly recommend it. Also, wow, we've just gotten started and I've already gotten distracted from drawing you guys. It's okay, we'll get back to drawing. This is just how this goes. Okay, I promise. It's all good. It's all good in the hood, as they say. I don't think Echo was the dancer because I came up with this before Echoes of Wisdom. Actually, fun fact, so I thought Echo, I want her to be one of the 4 extra classes. So she doesn't get to be Hunter, but realistically, Echoes of Wisdom plays exactly like Octopath Hunter. They both play like Pokemon. Fun fact. So she's not the Hunter, but she could be. Artemis is the Hunter instead. Okay, where's my Octopath list? Where's my Octo list? Is it not in here? Might be in a different document. Who's Karina? Good question. So... she's like Kain from Fire Emblem 1, except she's a girl now, and she can transform into a bull, and also only does so when she's evil, because everyone in this world turns into animals when they become evil. Look, don't question it, okay? She's like a pretty woman with pink hair. Cute woman, pink hair, giant axe. Also turns into a bull when she's evil. That happens sometimes. Yeah, all the mobile Fire Emblem characters are in, yes. The Effie Heroes cast was always in, because I like Effie Heroes. And now the Shadows cast is also in. I think 2 people have already summoned Zasha, who is the best. Remember, kids, Zasha, best character. yeah, they all have Dark World forms, basically. Link turns into a bunny, is it an evil bunny? I mean, kinda. The people of Twilight's original hometown think that he's an evil wolf, so that's like a thing that happens, right? Like, only in the manga though, right? Funnily enough, I think the manga for Twilight Princess is one of the few that I don't consider canon. I consider most of the mangas canon, but not that one. Okay. Here, aha, I found it. Octopath matchup. Okay, here's what I had. Fable for Cleric. Flora for Scholar, yeah, okay. And this is more based on Octopath 1 as well. I think this was, I did this after Octopath 2, but I like the classes from 1 better. So, same classes as 1, with the extra classes from 1. Yeah, so Flora Scholar, Fable Cleric, what's next on the list? Tetra Merchant, which is so funny. But merchants and pirates do have overlap in Octopath Traveler canon, because Leon Bastral used to be a pirate and becomes a merchant. He falls under the merchant class, and he is a pirate canonically. So Tetra does actually class into merchant in this specific scheme. I promise it makes sense. Phantom for warrior, I think. I think I did Phantom for warrior, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, that's fair. I can see that. Yeah. Armored tank unit. It's basically what she does. Next is dancer. Oh! No, it was Echo. It was Echo for dancer because this was... I wrote Aurora in on dancer. Oh, that's good. Okay, yeah, Echo maintains her status as dancer. As a buffing and debuffing unit, and also as a canonical good dancer. She's from the rhythm game. Predicted, yeah. I already wrote in Aurora as dancer. It works. It all works. What was next? Dawn is an apothecary. That's pretty obvious. Even in Wisdomverse, she's the potion maker. That's the same thing that the apothecaries do in Octopath. And we did Artemis Hunter already. What am I missing? Thief. Oh yeah, Lullaby's obviously a thief. It works. It's all according to Keikok. All according to Keikok. Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, and you'll notice we're missing a few. So I put in, I might change this actually, because I don't know if Dusk deserves Runeblade. But I put in Dusk as Runeblade. I might switch that. I think somebody else probably deserves Runeblade a little bit more than Dusk. Sorry, Dusk. But yeah, I put in Dusk as Runeblade. I put Dot as Sorcerer, which I think does make sense. She's got full elemental control. She's the Sage of Light. She has innate light magic strong enough to do like a full elemental barrier against Vati when he attacks at the beginning of Minish Cap. Good stuff. And then Sun is Starseer. And then Hylia as War Master. There's only 11 Zeldas, so Hylia gets to be one. There you go. There's the full matchup. Now we go back to the art. Back to the art. I'm gonna have to disagree on the Zasha point as a Rose main. Oh, okay, alright. I think Rose was... I said this before, didn't I? And I hate to rain on your parade, but Rose was the one character that I was like, yeah, she does better. Like, I don't know, I just... No matter what I do, I compare her to Sheeta. And I love Sheeta. I am a FE1 fan. I mean, girls with wings, pretty awesome, but guys with wings. Ooh, speaking of Arcania, Katarina from Arcania is one of my favorite characters, goddamn. Good summon, Joe Generic. See, Katarina's the character that would really work in FE Shadows, too. Oh man, they should put her in there. Yeah, so there is actually a summoner type in Octopath, which is the Hunter class. But Artemis is such a great fit for Hunter that I hate to give it to anyone else. The Hunter class in Octopath uses summoned animals as like a fighting mechanism. It is literally Echoes of Wisdom, but the aesthetic of the class does not fit Echo at all. And Artemis is such an archer and like a hunter type, and it works, you know. She's hunting people too, just, you know, a different sort of people. Legend is evil because he's foul-tempered. Yeah, kinda. True. Okay. I think this hair shape will work. I was kinda trying to make it big enough. It's one of the problems out here. What did I do this weekend anyways? This weekend was a blur. I feel like I entered the weekend and then suddenly it was the end of Sunday. I was like, what the frick? I didn't sign up for this. Yeah, I played a new board game actually with some friends. I forgot the name of it already, but it's similar to Splendor, if anyone knows that. And it's like somewhat historical kind of related. It was like a spice trade setting. If anyone knows what this is, let me know. It was pretty fun. I liked it. Highly recommend. If I knew the name, I would recommend it, but I don't, so I can't. Here for Chibi Zeldas, heck yeah. Yoko on us. I love how you copy the stream title in. It's a bold move, Cotton. It's not Settlers of Catan, but it's kind of like that. You have to like trade for spices and not resources. I have played Settlers of Catan. I burned some bridges. I burned some bridges. It was fun. It's a fun stream title, thank you, I appreciate it. I put those triangles in on purpose. Spice Road sounds right. Yeah. Something like something Spice Road. Centuries? Centuries Spice Road. Yes. That is correct. That was the name. It had like something time related in there too. It was definitely something time related. It was good. I liked it. It was good. Good game. I lost badly. To be fair, everybody else had played the game before at least multiple times. Sometimes I catch streamers off guard and they forget to update the title. Yeah, like, oh boy, what a fun run of XCOM 2 with these clearly XCOM related characters. Actually, Artemis and Warriors would enjoy XCOM. As the only Zelda with only non-canon games, I tend to use Artemis to put, like, little extra references in. So, like, in the main comic, too, you can see, like, I think at one point, so I don't play League myself, but I have some friends who do. And I was like, what's that thing that they say when they kill, like, 4 people at once? It's like quadra kill or quad kill or something, so I put that in. There's a point in Wisdomverse where Artemis kills 4 people and goes, quadra kill. There's another point in the beginning where she does the Fire Emblem OVA reference. She kills a bunch of people and goes, 5 points. Did you see that, Draga? I got 5 points. Okay, I don't think anyone knows this reference. It is quadra kill. Okay, yeah, I might have gotten it wrong, actually. I feel like one of my League friends told me I got it wrong later, and I'm like, okay, I'm not changing this now, but it's too late. I was trying to reference League, okay? I did my best. Maybe I got it right, maybe I didn't. Come on, throwing out one-liners in the middle of the war is such a Hyrule Warriors move, though. Like, I have... It's just what they do. Yeah, I've been thinking about the Ocarina of Time imprisoning war lately, because I've been writing Time's Refrain. And it's been a lot of fun trying to think of ways to contrast the imprisoning war in OOT and the imprisoning war / just the normal-ass war. I think I've been calling it the Convergence War. Contrast the imprisoning war in OOT and the Convergence War in Hyrule Warriors. I feel like there's a very different vibe in both of them. Like, Convergence War is like a series of, like, giant battles, like, huge moments, you know? And, like, tons and tons of, like, normal soldiers, but also, like, terribly powerful people crashing through the ranks and, like, wreaking devastation. But there's also, it's a high magic war. So, like, you know, people are getting, like, wrecked, but... I mean, they're getting wrecked mentally and emotionally. But usually, like, wounds are healed at the end of battles, like, things are going alright. OOT Imprisoning War I kind of view more as a realistic war, especially since the original starting point to OOT was, like, based on a civil war. In the actual canon backstory for Time, in Ocarina of Time's backstory, it talks about the fact that Link's father died in the Civil War. He was like a knight that was fighting in the Civil War, and he died, and his mother brought, I guess she was gravely wounded, and she brought Link as a, like, infant child to the Deku Tree and then passed away. So... that doesn't feel like the same sort of war that Hyrule Warriors is about. And I've been writing them differently. The better imprisoning war. There's actually, so there's 4. There's 4 imprisoning wars in the timeline according to the Wisdomverse timeline. So there's the one that Hylia fights against Demise. And there's the one that Elegy fights, which is the Downfall timeline version of Lullaby. So that is to say Ocarina of Time, but in the Fallen timeline. There's the one that Elegy fights without Link against Ganon. And that leads to A Link to the Past. Then there's the imprisoning war that happens after Ocarina of Time, because there is no imprisoning war in the middle timeline, I believe. Because you get to just wreck Ganon in the game. There's the imprisoning war of OOT then. And that leads to Ganon being executed, and that leads to Twilight Princess. And then there's, of course, Age of Imprisonment, in which they will be giving Flora an imprisoning war too. Good for you, Flora. So yeah, we've got Hylia, we've got Elegy, we've got Lullaby, and we've got Flora, all of whom have different imprisoning wars. And then we also have Artemis and her Convergence War, which is not technically an imprisoning war, I guess. I mean, I could just name it Imprisoning War if I wanted to, but I think that would be even more confusion. Zelda timeline is hard, and actually, fun fact, the reason I'm making all these chibis is because I'm gonna freaking finally make a proper Wisdomverse timeline with all the information on it. I'm gonna do it, but I need a chibi of every character to do that. I realized. I've already made a timeline for Linked Universe. This was based on my own theories, like not Linked Universe's theories, technically. So like, what I'm just making sure that people know, like, I don't speak for Linked Universe. I'm not the creator of Linked Universe. I'm a completely unrelated person. However, I used the same Link designs that they did, and I made a timeline. This is like 2 or 3 years ago. But that timeline is no longer updated, and it also doesn't fill some of the headcanons that I specifically have, and some of the canon things that I'm sticking to that Linked Universe doesn't, so need to change that. Highly a chibi when I was thinking if I finish this, and if I finally do all of the chibis, maybe I'll add in like a few extra, you know, just for fun. Because I feel like I want to do like a Ravio chibi, you know, like Marin, maybe. Those are so fun. Imprisoning wars for all the Zeldas, yeah. Give Dawn an imprisoning war. please don't give Dawn an imprisoning ore. She's done enough. Give Echo an imprisoning ore. Theory, Ravio is reverse Link, Link without the courage. Oh boy, so if you want to know my thoughts on how specifically Ravio is related to Link, etc., check out The Secrets We Keep, which is... Hold on. How do I'm trying to open this up. Which is right here, I was gonna say, except I don't actually have the link to it. Give me a minute. I think if you type in... Here, hold on. I made a tiny URL for this. tinyurl.com .com/ I forgot to... What was it? Wiz TSWK, maybe? Wiz TSWK. Was it that? Was this it? Is that the one? Oh, I freaked out. Hold on. Okay, come back. You've gotten me distracted from artwork again. We're not getting shit done today. Hero. How many Chibi Zeldas can you draw? 0. Wiz TSWK. Was that it? No, it's not. Okay. tinyurl.com/ I think it was TSWK link. Yeah, that's right. Okay, it is. All right. If you want to know my thoughts on Ravio, because I've had this headcanon for a long time. If you want to know my thoughts on whether or not Ravio is a parallel to Link and other potential parallels to Link that happen in various other things, and also if you want the Links to go through some shit, and also if you want to know what the Links are up to during the events of Wisdomverse, check out this link that I will be posting. tinyurl.com/TSWK, The Secrets We Keep -link. There. That's the one. Go check it out. It's pretty good if I do say so myself. I am very biased. Yeah, exactly. I titled it like The Secrets We Keep Link, and I'm like, huh, because it's, you know, like a link. I am a genius. This is not true. But yeah, so Ravio is canonically a reverse Link. However, I do think there are some differences. I don't even think it's Link without the courage. I believe it is Link with wisdom instead of courage. And if you check the, I won't spoil anything. If you check the other characters in Ravio's world, the pattern does fit. So you'll see my full thoughts on that there. Go check it out, it's pretty good. We need the bot to queue this anytime. I mean, at this point, I need to do a stream where I just answer people's inbox questions or something because I'm very behind, and I apologize to anyone who has sent me anything in the inbox. I think there's like now 140 questions in there. I cannot answer them all. They're all very good questions. I appreciate it greatly. Keep them coming. I will continue to answer them, some of them, as I can. I'm doing my best. If you have any questions, feel free to just ask me on stream, and I will answer them much faster. Okay. Don't show them on stream, though, I think. Oh, wait. Don't show what? Is there something I need to not be showing? What up? Also, let me, cut out Wars' eyes. Damn. You don't get eyes anymore. Can't see nothing. Ha ha ha. There we go. Nice. Oh, it didn't work. Frick. Oh, that's why. Nice. Oh, from the inbox, just in case someone decided to send something bad. Oh, I mean, so every now and then some people send angry comments, but not very many. I think people are usually very nice, and also I just delete them immediately, so there's nothing left in there that's bad, because I delete them. Like, you can send hate comments, it's just not gonna affect me. Is mayonnaise an instrument? I have seen that one SpongeBob meme, but surprisingly I've never seen any episodes of SpongeBob. I only know it from memes. Only memes here. Never really watched any TV, unfortunately. But my meme knowledge is strong. Yeah, Robin from O'Hara is Nika Robin from One Piece, yes. Is Echo aware of the postman being able to deliver mail across time and space? Oh yeah, that's a linked universe thing, right? Yeah, I may not keep that. So there are many things that I am not going to be keeping from linked universe. Purely because those things were introduced long after I had already finished planning out Wisdomverse. I planned my stuff like at least 2 to 3 years ago, and I started drawing for it 2 to 3 years ago. And all of that stuff was sort of not really confirmed then, and I cannot count on me being able to know what Linked Universe is up to. So I do, like, huge shout out to LU, obviously. Obviously all the link designs, about like half of them at least, more than half of them probably, and everyone except for 2, mostly, of the link designs are from Linked Universe, so like, top tier there, but I can no longer promise to keep the plot there, because I don't know where it's going. Yeah, so essentially the postman is not able to deliver mail across time and space because it would break the plot of Wisdomverse. I think that's too powerful. I don't know how Linked Universe is going to explain that. I think it makes more sense for LU because LU is just not considering the eras. Yeah, like shout out, she created the thing. That said, like I put a lot of work into my stuff. I want credit for the things I'm doing, so I'm not going to be using those, essentially. I am trying to pull away a little bit from LU, but if you want to retag my stuff as LU, that only benefits me, go for it. LU is way more popular. Obviously, they started first by like, I don't know, 3 years, something. Unlike most creators, I am okay with my stuff being tagged LU. Like most creators, I prefer getting credit when possible. Yes, the Straw Hats are in the gacha. A whole bunch of random surprise characters are in the gacha, yes. It is a Fire Emblem gacha, but with like a bunch of non-Fire Emblem characters in there just for fun. I believe the first person to summon Sonic was on Mario Day, and I'm still mad about that. Yes, that's true, yeah. I remember that old post. So this was back when I was still kind of trying to follow LU canon. I gave up on that pretty early on, yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah, I did make that post. Sun asking Scrapper to write a letter to Sky, yes. Now, what happens instead? Okay, so actually, Mob, I changed my opinion. The postman can deliver mail between worlds. I think I did include that in, because I remember... Yeah, you know what? I take back that entire answer. The postman can deliver mail between worlds, but the postman cannot travel between worlds. The mail simply shows up. So each postman, if the era has a postman, does get mail. Because they do send each other mail. I just realized. This is the thing that I did. I wrote this all out beforehand. And this is true. Yeah, scrap that previous answer. This one is canon. In Wisdomverse, the postmen do not get to actually go to the portals, but they do get mail from other eras. So they can communicate with each other through mail. Because I believe in Chapter 4 of Secrets We Keep, Warriors gets a letter from Artemis. Yeah. I did put that in there. But I think the postman himself being able to travel breaks canon. Yeah. They cannot send mail to Silent. I don't think... So either way, they wouldn't be able to send mail to Silent, but also I don't think the postman is in the Silent games. I think it's fine, though. I'm willing to, like, put a postman in, but yeah, it's just no one is able to access the Silent timeline at the moment, no. Yes. I'm willing to have... Actually, you know what? Yeah, freak it. I'm willing to have eras without postmen get access. Anyone can send mail to any timeline as long as somebody exists to deliver the mail. Yeah. And this will be happening in the future as well. Yeah, there's no postman in Silence games, but I'm okay with that. I think I've probably sent mail from eras that don't have mail in, like, the planning of the series. Doesn't have to have a postman, but yeah, Silent cannot do it. Because it would break at Wisdomverse. It's too easy. Too easy. Yeah, like, plot-wise, because of reasons. Story-wise, because it would break Wisdomverse. Good old postman, though. I do like a postman. I like the Majora's Mask postman the best. He's my favorite postman. I like his final quest. The world is gonna end. What can I do to cement my place in the legacy of the world? Or just more like, he wants to find a purpose, you know? In the last few moments he has alive, he wants something to do. That's heckin' relatable. Love that. Hey, Lava King summoned Dusk. Let's go. Twilight Princess Zelda getting summoned. Oh yeah, for the Zelda people in chat, every year, starting from last year, so this is the 2nd year, I do host a poll, a live poll, for all the Zeldas. And the answers will be read out at the end, and there'll be like a little short comic. So, stick around for that. It'll be posted on, like, all the relevant social media sites. You will have your chance to enter your vote. That happens in November, I believe. Yeah, propaganda is allowed. You can convince other people to vote for whichever Zelda you wish. I think I will change the format slightly this time around. Last time I allowed people to pick 3, and each of those 3 was voted the same, like it was valued the same. I think this time I'm gonna make people assign like a first, second, and third. And first will get 3 points, second 2 points, third 1 point. I think I might do that. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if the answers will change. I'm curious to see. If everything remains exactly the same, I'll be like, okay. I predict that, by the way. I think Flora's not losing. My prediction is Flora is going to she's gonna maintain her first place. I don't think anyone can beat Flora, unless there's like a concentrated effort from some other, like, fandom. Other than that, I think maybe Sun will pull ahead a little bit, maybe? I don't actually know. My only other prediction is that I hope Dawn will no longer be last. That's my one goal. As a Dawn fan. I don't know who will be last, but I want Dawn to not be last anymore. I think Dawn gets a popularity boost from Echoes of Wisdom, and I'm hoping it works. If by popularity, getting to choose 3 that you like could change the tides. So last time it was also 3 that you like, but this time I'm gonna have you rank the 3. So yes, I think that might help. Because it's possible maybe last time that, like, most people think Flora is one of their top 3 Zeldas, but maybe Flora's, like, always in 3rd place, maybe, you know? So you never know. So I think it's gonna... Time for everyone to shill for Tetra. Fun fact, Tetra was actually in 4th place for a long time, and then there was, like, an endgame push for Tetra, and she got 2nd at the end. Fun fact, I think last time... And this is all, like, been live posted already. This was in the comic from last year. So if you want, you can go see it, and you'll see every Zelda's reaction to their places, too. Because I like doing that. But yeah, so last year, I think Echo, Tetra, and Sun were in close competition for 3rd place for quite a while, and then Tetra pulled ahead at the end. Ooh, Lullaby, yeah, I like Lullaby. I'm a Lullaby fan. For the people who know me, I'm actually not as much of a fan of Ocarina of Time, which might make you curious, why did I choose to write an entire fic about OOT? This is what you get when you... when you give someone who doesn't like OOT the ability to rewrite OOT canonically. Because that's what OOT is about. Like, Ocarina of Time is about rewriting Ocarina of Time. At the end of Ocarina of Time, they undo everything that happened in Ocarina of Time. And I've always been way more curious about what happened in that timeline, like what happened in the timeline after OOT, so now I finally get to write it. I'm looking forward to it. I already have the 2nd chapter done. It's about Small Lullaby. And I'm very much looking forward to it. It's about Small Lullaby wanting to poison herself for reasons that will make sense, don't worry. She's like, I don't know, like 6. Let's see if Phantom shows up this time. Yeah, I wonder. She's not in the main story yet. She'll probably not show up in the... I don't think so. Unless somehow you manage to put Phantom in, like, 1st to 3rd place. Because last time I broke the rules to get Echo in because she won 3rd. Actually, yeah, that's a fun question. If Echo doesn't win 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, does Echo show up? I think you only get to break the rules if you get in the top 3. Maybe that's what happens. Or maybe I'll break the rules anyways, I don't know. I have a little bit of Phantom favoritism, I'll admit. Both your 2nd and 3rd answers have changed. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, for the Zelda fans in here, if you had to pick a top 3 Zelda, what would you pick? Put your votes in chat right now. They're not going to be counted towards the poll, though. The poll happens later. In November. I gotta remember to set it up. Chat, remind me. If I forget. Okay. See, I feel like people who are faster at drawing could probably just crank out chibis like no one's business, but I ain't got that skill. So I'm gonna go make sure these lines are perfect. Echo, Dawn, and Dot. Ooh, good choices, good choices. I like those. Tetra, Echo, and Phantom. Ooh, good choices. All good choices. I mean, Dot threatened everyone who wouldn't vote for her last time, so I mean, I'd be scared if I were you. Everyone is a little scared of Dot. In a good way, in like a harmless, completely benevolent, definitely not gonna kill you in your sleep type of way. You're faster than me. Everything on my Tumblr took me weeks to finish. Oh, there's been arts on here that took a year. The one with like the post TOTK Flora and Wild genuinely took a year. I started it a year ago. And then like people on stream saw me start it a year ago. Actually, the one that was just posted now with the plush doll try, that was like a year old too. You've been campaigning for Dot? Wait, who's that? Wishy? Is this a Tumblr user? I don't remember people's names, I'm sorry. You're very cool, whoever you are. You're very neat. The 4 guy? Oh, neat. Okay, yeah, sorry, I haven't really... This must be a linked universe thing. Oh, wish you'd well. Yes, I see. That name strikes a bell. Although yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough. They seem like a very cool person. And all 4 fans get a +1 in my heart. Heck yeah. 4 for the win. Shadow is real. No one can convince me otherwise. I have been a Four Swords Adventures fan for more than a decade now, I believe. Which is kind of surprising. I read Four Swords Adventures before I played most Zelda games, actually. I had played Phantom Hourglass, I think I'd played Spirit Tracks, and then I read Four Swords Adventures. Yeah, I remember chat, I guess. I mean, who are you guys again? Like, what? I'd better go look for some memories and see if I can find the right tiers to recover all these interesting usernames. Yeah, Shadow is real and no one can tell me otherwise. I mean, wait, hold on. If you didn't have name tags attached to you, then, I mean, yeah, by default I wouldn't know anyone in chat, because no one would know anyone in chat. My name's Fel. Actually, you've been getting it wrong this whole time. NGL, though, if you tell me a different name, then I'll remember it. Like, I'll try. Like, for example, currently on Power Outage, we call them Drivas, and Yarnarasoner, we call Juan. I'll try to remember. No, Pumpkin's fine, no. I mean, I could call you Fel, just let me know. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. There are some who call me Tim. I can't believe. Yeah, I will not actually call you Tim. You can kind of tell by how people speak, so you'd still know who some people are. That's true. Some people do have, at the risk of sounding too homestuck, typing quirks. This is an interesting thing when writing, too, is to give everybody a different voice, such that even without names, you should be able to tell everyone apart. I had a lot of fun with that in the final chapter of Gold Poisons, which is my previous big fic. I think so far, Secrets We Keep has not yet surpassed Gold Poisons in kudos count, but it is getting close. I think at the moment where Secrets We Keep finally surpasses Gold Poisons, I'm gonna draw freaking Legend and Jingguang Yao. That'll be fun. They would hate each other. They would absolutely despise each other. I don't think Legend and Jingguang Yao would get together at all. They would just completely hate each other, but it would be fun to draw. Yeah, so in the final chapter of Gold Poisons, there are no names in the entire chapter, and it's just 3 people talking. And you can kind of tell by what they're saying and how they're saying it, who is saying the thing. So you're supposed to sort of like deduce it. And then for the people who didn't really want to go through all the effort of deducing what people are saying, I did go ahead and add like a color scheme in there. So you can just turn on the colors if you want. Then you'll know who is saying what. Okay. Add some more lines. Lynn, are there 2 lullabies in the Wisdomverse? Ah, if you want to know about the lullabies, hold on. You should read. I don't even have a tiny URL for this one because I just made it. This is from like 2 days ago. If you want to know about how Ocarina of Time works in this series, read Time's Refrain, which I am going to be updating as things go on, because there's a lot that happens to Lullaby and Time specifically that I do not have the ability to go into in detail in Secrets We Keep, purely because there's just not enough time. I started writing it for one of the flashbacks, and I'm like, there's no way I can cover everything that Lullaby does. So she gets her own fic. Yes, the links in my universe speak. Except for Silent. He's called Silent because he can't talk. Well, I guess he can now. He can talk if he wants to. His voice is rough, and he prefers not to use it. Because I like making people sad, Silent usually does not speak at all. The moment when Echo collapsed, he did call her name because her eyes were closed. She couldn't see him. She didn't hear it either. She was unconscious. Oh, Time's Refrain isn't in the master post. I forgot about that shit. I better do that. Oh well. Echo and Flora have favoritism because of their recent games. Yep, exactly. Yeah. I think Echo does get a huge favoritism bonus just because of Echo of the Past. I think Flora, like, I don't even need to focus on Flora, to be honest. Like, I love writing Flora, but there's already so much content for her that I'm glad to leave it to, like, canon, essentially. Like, canon is gonna give Flora enough content. I don't need to write her Imprisoning War, because apparently they're making a whole ass game about it. So, like, great, that works for me. If it's canon, it's canon. If not, I'll explain what parts of it aren't canon, but, like, I think it's probably going to be. But I do love drawing Flora. I haven't done a count yet. I wonder, is there any easy way to do this? Is there an easy way to figure out which Zeldas I've drawn the most? Like, which ones are just tagged the most? Like, is there a way to, like, go through my Tumblr or Insta or whatever? And then just, like, count how many times Wiz Fable shows up, for example, or, like, Wiz Flora. Echo gets a boost. I think there's no boost from being a playable game per tag, actually. I think there is a boost from recency bias. It's just, she's one of the more recent ones. But I think that's going away. Like, it's already been a year. I don't think Echo maintains much of a boost anymore. She's gonna have to get carried by Echo of the Past. Yeah, people are really overestimating. I know people in this chat specifically like Echoes of Wisdom, but the fandom at large does not. I think the fandom at large is rather ambivalent about Echoes of Wisdom. Your archive? How do you do that? She's lost her novelty, yeah. It's unfortunate. I don't think she's gonna get carried by that anymore. I think it's gonna have to be Echo of the Past or nothing. It's popular on Tumblr? Oh, night. Okay, alright. So I kind of track the fandom on Reddit more than I do on Tumblr, I think. So I mainly have Reddit opinions, usually. I know Reddit is still very much into BOTW, TOTK, which is to say both hating on it and liking it, like, both at once. It's definitely not flawless. My streamer or editor. Yeah, I go on Reddit. I'm like a lurker on Reddit. I don't really post on Reddit. Do you also not just keep your art in categorized folders? Well, I mean, each post has, like, a variety of Zeldas, right? Like, you have to aggregate them all. That's the problem. Like, if I drew a picture that has Tetra and Dot talking to each other, then that would count as a Tetra art, but it would also count as a Dot art, right? Like, that sort of thing. Yeah, there's tons of people drawing Flora, and, like, not my Flora either. Like, I just mean Flora. See what's your most tagged. Oh, you can do that? Oh, neat. Yeah, go ahead and... I want to know the stats. Which Zelda have I drawn the least? I'll draw a picture of them. Whoever that is. It's probably Artemis. Sorry, Artemis. I apologize. It might be Dusk, actually. No, wait, I think I did some Dusk and Dawn artwork back in the day. Well, either Dusk or Artemis. Dusk is in the main story, though. Like, Dusk has had some time in the main story. Artemis will get some, don't worry. Not yet, though. Keep all images in one single folder, then create shortcuts in individual folders linking to it. This seems like a lot of work. There's a master post. There is already a master post. It exists. It has all the things. Every last one of them. Don't see a most popular character in your most popular tags. Oh, it's just all Wisdomverse, probably. I guess that's fair. Think I need to sift through? Yeah. I wonder if there's, like, an easy way to do that, you know? Oh, you got the list. Okay, let's go. Wiz Echo. Okay, so apparently... Wait! Wiz Echo? What the frick? Okay, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. I will admit to a little bit of bias on that front. Just a tiny bit. just a little bit. Wait, is that only, that's only stuff that I've drawn? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. So LU Legend isn't even drawing. It's because each chapter of Secrets We Keep, I tag LU Legend. Yeah, each chapter of Secrets We Keep, I tag LU Legend and LU4. It's all tags on my blog. Yeah, okay. I think the Legend and 4 are in writing, because they get bolstered by Secrets We Keep being referenced all over again. So Secrets We Keep is, for the people who know me from Wisdomverse, Secrets We Keep is a story that follows the Links, and what they're doing during the events of Wisdomverse. And unlike in Wisdomverse, where there's no real main character, there's gonna be a main character different. Like, I think there's a different main character per arc in Wisdomverse. In Secrets We Keep, so far, the main characters are essentially the Links that were not focused on back in the day. Like, I chose the 3 Links that people weren't really writing fic about. Legend definitely does get some fic, but he's like, people haven't really played his games as much. So I was like, oh, I have some stuff I want to explore there. 4 was the least popular, and I didn't like that because I'm a Four Swords Adventures girl. And Warriors is the last slightly underrated Link in my opinion. If you've ever wondered why like Wild and Twilight don't really get any screen time in the Secrets We Keep, it's not because I dislike them, it's because I feel like they get a lot. They get a lot of stuff already. Like, it's good, you know, like, it's really good stuff. But like, I don't have anything that I need to add. Like, I'm glad to have the world contribute instead. Versus like, I have specific things I want to uncover about 4 Warriors and Legend, which I will proceed to uncover. Some of those things have already been uncovered, of course. Echo, Fable, okay. Aurora is Echo, and then Flora, okay, huh. Yeah, apparently 4 is popular now. That's so neat. I'm so glad. Yeah, back in the day, it was Wild and Twilight, mostly. Because most people had only played Breath of the Wild. And that's totally fair. That's definitely not an issue. Like, I'm not even saying that sarcastically. It's like super neat that people have a game that they've played and then want to write about it. Like, that's awesome. Genuinely very cool. I think all the top fics for Linked Universe are just like Wild meets the gang. Because most people are like, okay, I know these characters, I know Wild's game, so I'm going to put them into Wild's game, so. Makes sense to me. This is totally fair. Didn't realize this was all stuff written on AO3, and now I definitely know what I'm gonna be doing. Yeah. Shout out to the, like, so Linked Universe by the creator is good, and I do like it. Like, you know, shout out to JoJo, I think is her name, or their name. I don't even know their gender. But like, huge shout out to the Linked Universe fan community, specifically, from like 3 or 4 years ago. Because a lot of the stuff that I do here was like, we were all kind of like doing our own thing with the Linked Universe cast. Like, I didn't even know there was a comic called Linked Universe. I just thought Linked Universe was the name for Links meeting up, and then the specific combination of Legend and 4. Like, that was new. Like, the fact that Legend was a mix of 2 Links, I had not thought of before. I've been a Zelda fan for like nearly 20 years, but I had not thought of the fact that you could combine Links. Like, that was new, and then I thought that people on AO3 had just gotten together and make this up, and then a long time later, I was like, oh, wait, there's like an actual, like, someone designed these characters, and then people are doing that. But because of the fact that, I don't know, the fandom just took them and ran with it, there are a lot of differences between the fanon versions of the Linked Universe cast, and like the, I guess, normal canon versions, and a lot of what I'm doing is really more based on the fanon version, so I'm really not trying to keep to like Linked Universe canon. So, for example, in Linked Universe, Shadow and the Four Swords manga are not real. They're not canon to the story. Wind is the same as Spirit Tracks, so like Spirit Tracks is just combined in, so Phantom doesn't exist, Spirit doesn't exist. Fable and Legend, I believe, are not siblings. Likewise, Warriors and Linkle are not siblings. I think JoJo stated that all characters in Hyrule Warriors don't remember Hyrule Warriors, and I'm like, that's so sad, why would you do that? No. So yeah, I disagree with a lot of these decisions, essentially, and I had made those decisions in Wisdomverse long before they were specified in Linked Universe, so once again, like, I'm kind of drawing away from Linked Universe a little bit, because I just don't want to encroach on their territory. Like, Linked Universe is so cool, they have their own headcanons, I don't want to interfere with those, so please do your thing, no problem, but yeah. Yeah, 4 is great. 4 specifically is a combination of 3 different games, which is a little bit less crazy than Legend's 6 games. Legend's 6 games are split amongst 4 canonical links. And to be clear, this is all stuff I knew before Linked Universe ever existed, okay? Like, I'm just saying. Like, it's great, but there is a Zelda fandom outside of LU. Okay, least used Wiz tags, thank you. Wiz Shadow, Wiz Spirit, and then Artemis. It was Artemis. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Ah. That's hilarious. Yeah, you can find all my fics there, actually. Some people, I don't know who you are, person, but someone commented on one of my posts about the poll, about the Wizardverse poll, and they were like, oh yeah, like, this is just like the Gintama poll from the Gintama popularity poll arc. And then they also said something, they were like, yeah, and I know you wrote one of the Gintama fics back in the day, Lynn. And I'm like, yeah, I did. Oh, you put that shit together, let's go. Man. I need to make Warriors' hair a different color. This is too similar. I might go like duller. I think Artemis gets brighter hair. Warriors maybe a little bit duller. I'll color this in and then we'll figure it out. Least used main game people are Phantom, Silent, and Lullaby, all at 21. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, Spirit is main game, I guess. Spirit is just, he doesn't have the fortune of being in any of the Zelda posts, and he also doesn't have the fortune of being in the main story yet, which is unfortunate for him, you know, it's kind of just a thing. Yo, Nestor, thank you for the hydrate. Appreciate it. I will indeed hide some drates. Yeah, Lullaby is only at 21 now, but give it some time. Give it some time. Yeah, like Lullaby and Artemis, I'm aware that I've been drawing less of because their arcs are coming up, essentially. Yeah, he has a job, he's busy, exactly. Spirit, so the reason that Spirit's not in the Secrets We Keep is genuinely because the gang has met Spirit. They all showed up in the Spirit world, you know, in Spirit Tracks era. And Wind has, there's like one drawing request I think someone did of Wind meeting Linebeck III. And after Wind proceeded to freak out about the fact that Linebeck III exists, because to Wind, that's a sign that everything he saw in Phantom Hourglass is real. So he's like, holy shit, this is insane. I'm so glad, you know, because he has to find his Linebeck again. He hasn't found him again. But he's glad to know that Linebeck is real. And then after that, they ask Spirit if he wants to come with them, and Spirit's like, nah, that's okay. At the end of my game, I decided to be an engineer, so I'm gonna keep doing that. You guys can handle it, whatever you've got. I mean, Spirit has heard like legends of the hero of Wind, right? He's like, you guys are fine, you don't need me. And they're like, okay, I guess we'll do it then. So for people who don't know, I think at the end of Spirit Tracks, I barely remember this anymore, so this is just from my my remembering from reading posts about it, essentially. At the end of Spirit Tracks, you do actually get to choose. This is the one Zelda game in which you get to choose what to do at the end of the game. And you can choose to be an engineer. You can choose to be a hero. And I think you can also choose like neither or something, but I don't remember that. So the fact that Spirit Tracks Link is not with them is based on a canon choice. It is because specifically he chose to be an engineer at the end of the game. He chose to give up his hero status, so to speak. And the gang recognizes that, you know. Yeah, he straight up fell. He's like, my gosh, Nico, please. And Nico's like, I was there, Link, 100 years ago on that pirate ship. Because he was. With the amount of tropes related to trains in fiction, train engineer might be more dangerous than being a hero. I mean, in Spirit Tracks world, it kind of is. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of stuff going on those trains. Okay. All right, what color should Warriors' hair be to contrast Artemis? They both have the same shade of blonde hair. I'm looking at their art right now. Like in the game, it's exactly the same. I think Warriors is like a little bit more brown. I'll make it a little bit more brown. But Warriors is also supposed to be like the blonde Link, so I don't want to change that too much. It's gotta be really freaking blonde, you know what I mean? He's got those vibes. He's got them vibes. Okay. There. Yeah, like slightly brown. Maybe a little oranger. This is honestly enough. And then I'll change the outline color. And that'll make it look like it's a different color, except it actually isn't. Ah. It's called, about that. Maybe something like this? Maybe? And then we'll plan to put this... Actually, oh, I can't do this yet, because I have to put the... Yeah, to put the gold on. Never mind. Okay, we put the gold first, and then we do the rest. Cool. Yeah, maybe something like this, I think. I'll try to change the color a little bit more. Maybe a little more yellow, actually. Doesn't have to be super different. I think this is just slightly brown enough. No, yeah, and if... Thank you, Marionette. And if you're wondering what the frick I've been talking about for the last, I don't know, hour, check out the Wisdom Verse. I got me a little Zelda comic series going. It's been a lot of fun. If you can't tell, I know quite a bit about the Zelda franchise. It's sort of a problem. It does just keep happening. Okay, Warriors and Artemis are both... rather pale skin tone, so I go back here, put this on. Early design Wild strolls up with guitar in hand. Did he have a guitar? I don't know this. The heck? He would, wouldn't he? Fun fact, Silent canonically has a guitar. Cadence of Hyrule, you get a guitar. It exists. He has used it canonically, by canon now I mean in Wisdomverse. He's used it in Wisdomverse to prank Echo. There. I misspoke, it was a motorcycle. Oh yeah. I mean, that's canon. That's not even early design. You get a motorcycle in Breath of the Wild. And I guess you can also build one in Tears of the Kingdom. There you go. Heckin' motorcycles all the way down. Oh yeah, bass guitar technically. Yes, this is true. Because it's the bass guitar mouse. He invented Zelda's version of the Freebird solo. Actually, there's been a guitar in Zelda before this. Mikal of the Indigogos is a Zora guitarist from Majora's Mask. Oh yeah, if for people who've been watching me play Hades, every time I shout about the Indigogos there, that's why. I won't say any more, because I know some people here are waiting to do that, but you'll see. You'll see, folks. Far inferior to the Master Cycle Zero, if not counting the fan cycle. Wait, what? What's inferior to the Master Cycle Zero? A guitar? Are guitars inferior to other guitars? Yes, you do use the instruments to break Octavus barrier. The question is, though, whether Silent played them or Echo played them, which I haven't really decided, honestly. Honestly, they could all play them. There's 4 instruments, and there's 3 people. So I guess somebody has to play 2. Or they rope in like a 4th person. Like, get in here. We need you to play this. They rope in the Zora Prince just for fun. They're like, alright. Good night, Joe. See you later. I need to keep the area of, oh no, wait, the aura of smug superiority, that's what I was trying to say. Oh yeah, I guess Impa is also technically there. Yeah, Impa's fun, because it's definitely a young Impa in COH, but it's definitely an old Impa in Echoes of Wisdom. I think Echoes, therefore, Echoes, because it's a canon game, will overwrite COH here. So that means old Impa just joins the fray. And or she does like a Pura thing. Maybe Lubery can like pull some Pura nonsense and like get Impa to be young again. That'd be fun. I'm okay with either of those. Like just casually young again Impa. We already know that old Impa can like crack some people because she destroys like a good 5 Hylian soldiers. In Echoes of Wisdom, like while she's old. Ninja Granny for the win. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Future. The spirit tracks on bullet trains. This is genuinely, I've talked about this before. This is genuinely what I want from the next Zelda game. I want the Spirit Tracks sequel with like high future tech. Like take the trains and put them in the ocean. I mean, I guess we've already done Ocean Realm, but like, you know, but do it but more. Let's go! They're not gonna do this. They're so totally not gonna do this. However, I would like it. I think it'd be neat. Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious what they're gonna do next with the Zelda series. It's so difficult to make a new Zelda game. Purely because in some series you can kind of just get by with doing the same thing over and over again. Zelda almost demands ingenuity. Each Zelda game tries something new. It's kind of what Zelda's known for almost at this moment, so I'm glad to see it. Glad to see it. Scared to see what'll happen next. Oh yeah, the movie. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I don't know what the frick is going on in there, yeah. It looks actually interesting. I think the actors they picked are really cool. I love that they chose lesser known actors. Although I won't lie, I think Wind Waker with Tom Holland, right, that guy, and Zendaya as Wind and Tetra would be hilarious. Like, come on, it would be so funny. Like to think that Impa might have taught Silent a few tricks because they absolutely knew each other. She's basically his aunt. Oh yeah, I guess in a way, yeah. This is true. I do think that because Impa knows Zelda so well, and we know that canonically Zelda doesn't know Silent by the time the game begins, but they do still know each other, because Silent and the Prince are, like, I guess, Wisdomverse canon-wise, they're friends. So it does make sense that people who know Echo would know Silent, it's just that Echo herself has never met Silent. So yeah, they probably do. IDK, if I could watch Thomas Link, it would be weird. Oh yeah, I'm not saying it wouldn't be weird, I'm just saying it'd be really interesting. It'd be hilarious, it'd be so funny. Oh yeah, true, yeah. I mean, to be fair, Great Decline World, Future World happens like a good number of years after COH. I like to think, myself. So I think by default, most people would be dead. Just because of like the NPCs we don't see, etc. Like it just happens a long time later. I think the one NPC we do see is Bariara, right? Who's like part robotic, which seems to imply that she's been like, I don't know, like technologically augmented in some way. Some of the Gerudo might still be alive. But yeah, I personally prefer to think that Great Decline World happens a good deal afterwards. Alright, line's sort of complete. Now I go back to colors. Oh yeah, Dompe, but isn't he like dead or something? I vaguely remember this. It's been too long. I gotta replay Cadence of Hyrule. Yeah, I'm curious what the next 3D Zelda's gonna be like. I don't think they're going back to the Wild Era, but I think they're gonna keep some of those formats, you know? They might start doing like a whole, like, there's a new, like, thing, like, Wild Era starts a new timeline. Now there's more things in the Wild Era timeline. We're giving up on the OG timeline. And yeah, I wouldn't... I'd be like, alright. Fair enough. That's what I'm gonna make. Warriors just looks wrong when he's not blonde. I think I have no choice. I think I need to make him blonder. He doesn't look right. Because they need a 5th timeline. I've only got 3. The canon one has 4 because Breath of the Wild is just its own thing. Oh yeah, there is a normal Gerudo in the shop, that's true. I'm gonna kind of ignore that guy. I'm gonna retcon him. The same way I'm combining the Link Between Worlds era into ALTTP, I'm sort of like uncombining Great Decline era from Echo's World. I think it does still happen, it just happens a lot later. Similarly to how ALBW is supposed to happen about 100 years after A Link to the Past, but I think it happens 5 years after. I'm just swapping those around, essentially. I'm swapping the timelines. But I mean, once again, like, I am not here to be placing any constraints upon anyone. Feel free to have whatever headcanons you wish. I will not mind. All headcanons are acceptable here. I think someone did a really cute comic earlier. I want to say... I forgot their username, but it has Robin in it, like R-O-B-Y-N. Yeah, someone did this cute comic earlier of, like, the other Zeldas have all made it to Echo's world, and they're, like, consoling Echo about the fact that, you know, like, that Echo is where she is. And Phantom is there, and Phantom can see Silent's ghost. And Phantom is like, you did the best you could. And I was like, oh, that's so sad. Like, I reposted it. I'm like, this isn't what I'm going for, because I have other plans, and this is still true. Like, I do still have other plans. But, like, I love to see other people's takes on what I have as well. Like, this is always allowed. Like, if I can, usually I'll confirm if it's canon or not, and then I'll be like, but this is still neat, you know? So cool. Proper dungeons in a linear story. Yeah, they're not gonna do that. Breath of the Wild is too popular. It's not happening. I mean, I wish it would, though. We'll see. Similarly to how Three Houses took the world by storm in the Fire Emblem community, I think Breath of the Wild is simply too powerful. And neither Engage nor Echoes of Wisdom has been able to do anything. The great questions of the universe. Where did life come from? Is the universe infinite or finite? And how does the Zelda timeline actually work? I have solved the Zelda timeline. I'm letting you know everything in Wisdomverse fits within a very specific timeline that I have been keeping only in my head because I have not written it out. However, when I finish these chibis, it will all become real. I will finally make the Wisdomverse timeline, which is essentially an expansion to the Linked Universe timeline that I made like a few years ago, and then it will all be right. It will all be right. Once again. All will be right with the world. Okay. Let's cover up Warriors' face again. Bam. Really want to see what you will do with Ganon. Yeah, it's easy to make him a villain. On the other hand, him being a good guy is interesting. Yeah, agreed. I don't really mind COH Ganon. Like, I think, obviously, like, post-timeline COH Ganon is bad. But, like, I love the fact that there's just a normal-ass kid in the Gerudo realm playing an organ. Like, he's just chilling on the organ. I kind of, like, when I played COH, I kind of wished that he wasn't gonna be evil. And so I'm tempted to make it that way. But, either way, I won't be... So I do have plans for villains, obviously. I won't say any more than that, but I will not be really touching the Ganons much, I think. Just like, I've seen a lot of, it's kind of like the same thoughts I have about like Twilight and Wilds. I think a lot of people do stuff with the Ganons, which is fine. And I think in Wisdomverse canon, I do actually have plans for every Ganon, like I know what they are, but am I going to be focusing on them? Probably not. Purely because I've seen so many people focus on Ganons before. Like, I've seen really good takes about like good Ganons and bad Ganons and various other Ganons, and that's fine, like that's good. I like it and it's really cool, and I personally don't have anything to add there, like I think it's neat. I have some stuff to add about like how it just fits into my world, but other than that, not too much of anything I want to focus on. Mostly just, there's some cool Ganons out there, yeah. Yeah, there's 4 in the Wisdomverse canon. There's the FSA Ganon, who's kind of like a proto-Ganon, and then there's Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time. He's the same Ganon from A Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds, and technically Oracle of Ages, and technically also Echoes of Wisdom, but not Cadence of Hyrule. Cadence of Hyrule starts a new Ganon, and that guy is either the same guy that shows up in Zelda 1, or a slightly different guy that shows up in Zelda 1. Either way, the afterworld of COH is the same guy that shows up in Zelda 1. And then there's, I think, TOTK Ganon? Is that 4? Did I make 4? Might have been 3. Might be missing again. Oh, I guess there's Demise. That's the 4th Ganon in quotation marks, not really a Ganon. There's Ganons galore. Garons of increasing discomfort. That's probably an obscure reference too nowadays. Can you believe it's been that long since Fire Emblem Fates? Goddamn. Terrible. Honest question, what do you think are the chances of Grezzo continuing from the Echoes of Wisdom story? Ooh. Well, I kind of hope they don't, because I would have to incorporate it into Wisdomverse. I don't think they're going to. I don't think Echoes of Wisdom sold enough. It's just not popular enough. Yeah, this is why, Super Slick, exactly why I want a Spirit Tracks sequel. I want Spirit Tracks sequel, I want Zelda to, like, be able to possess things a la Mario Odyssey. Like, I want, like, a freaking Cappy system, but Zelda can be possessing, like, any enemy in the game, you know? Would you give the Ganons names like Link and Zelda? Yeah, I don't really... I've never been... So I like to write about the parts of the Zelda timeline that I'm interested in, which is, I guess... I like the parts that are very, like, I don't know, wisdom-focused. Like, I'm setting up a whole bunch of, like, mysteries that I want people to solve, right? Ganon is a pretty non-complicated guy. Like, I don't know, he's just evil. Most Ganons... The fan Ganons are pretty good, because they make them more complicated, but in canon, Ganon has always been pretty normal. He's just been, like, a pretty decent dude. I think Wind Waker is the most complex we've ever gotten with a Ganon, and even that is not that great. I don't know if Age of Imprisonment is going to do something with Ganon that I will find interesting, but so far I have not found any canon interpretation of him to be that interesting. He's the villain. He's like Sauron from Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings, but, like, Sauron is Sauron. The fan interpretations of Sauron have made Sauron interesting, but Sauron in canon is literally just a guy who exists so that he can be killed at the end, right? Like, that's the point. That said, he does have a canon backstory in the Silmarillion. Hashtag Silmarillion, good stuff. Go read it. I love it. Anyways. But, like, in proper Lord of the Rings, you don't focus on Sauron, because he's the enemy. But I guess so if people want to take the Ganons of Wisdomverse and go for it, I don't mind. Free reign. I'm not really going to do much with the Ganons. I have other plans. I'm going to mention them. They do all have places. Like, I know exactly what happened to each Ganon, but I don't think they'll be focused on. Maybe, like, one of them. Maybe one of them. Yeah. Because Ocarina of Time Ganon will show up in Time's Refrain. By default, like, he's there in the canon series of events he has to get executed, because Twilight Princess has him executed. He'll show up in order to be executed, at least. And there will be some time before that where things are happening. But by the events of Wisdomverse, Ganon has already been executed. They have essentially won their imprisoning war. Because I think Link versus Ganon has been done a lot. And that's cool. I like it. It's very cool, but it's not the part that I find interesting. Link builds giant robots for Zelda to possess. Yes. Okay, so someone asked me this earlier, and I didn't get to respond in the Tumblr thing because I have so many inbox things. But I remember reading it, and I was like, ooh, and then I should respond to it, and then I haven't had time. But yeah, and also I enjoy responding to things verbally. I think more than I respond to things over text. That said, if it's a long question, I might just like ask you to go back to the text. But still, this one I can respond to. Someone, I don't know if that person who asked is here either. I don't remember if it was anonymous or not. Someone asked, can Flora possess a guardian from Breath of the... Or not Flora, sorry. Can Phantom possess a guardian from Breath of the Wild? And the answer is yes, by the way. I want people to know that. If Phantom ever went to the Breath of the Wild world, she would be able to control the Phantom, the guardians. It is allowed. She can possess any mechanical construct. So, like, suits of armor count. As long as the thing does not have, shall we say, anything that counts as a soul, she can possess it. If it's, like, empty, then she can possess it. I think she cannot overwrite people's will, because that would be too powerful. I'm sort of power balancing the Zeldas. If Spirit Tracks had a sequel, I guess they would have to bring back the art style, which I'd be kind of sad about, because that means it's a 2D game, and that means less people are going to play it. And, like, look, I love the art style, don't get me wrong. But I know what makes games popular, and it isn't that art style, unfortunately. Anymore. It used to be, because Wind Waker was popular, but not anymore. Not anymore. People want more Breath of the Wild. People want to simp for the hot fish man. Any Sidon fans in the house? Honestly, I still remember the first introduction of Sidon. It was so cool. When they did the first trailer, back in the day. The only shot we had of Sidon then was him shaking Link's hand. And we were like, whoa, is that Zora? Holy shit! Ah! You know, we were worried back in the day that Breath of the Wild wouldn't have a story. Like, that was the main concern. Because they did like a tech demo and I was like, oh, that's cool, but like, you know, like, I don't know, like, is this going somewhere? Like... Mentioned a few times recently, but if you ever end up writing Dracula, probably have Echo and Silent go deal with Dracula's castle and have Ganon be on has the final fight with Dracula group. Oh, fair enough. Like Dracula like Dracula? Like be Dracula? Yeah, I feel like I don't really mind. COH Ganon could be like a good guy. I haven't really decided yet. He could be neat. I feel like he could be a perfectly normal guy who just lives out his time and does like good things, and then like, you know, some future Ganon is the bad guy. I just think it would be fun. I think one Ganon should be good. Like, not even necessarily for plot relevant reasons or anything, I just think it'd be neat. Like, come on. Why are all the male Gerudo evil, right? Like, can we give like one good one? Maybe? So anyways, have people seen the Age of Imprisonment, what is it? The names? The stage names? I barely took a look at it. I posted it in the Discord and then I forgot to take a look. What are they? Let's see. Age of Imprisonment. I remember thinking that I liked the Rito one the best. Age of Imprisonment. Oh, is there a trailer? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, there is a trailer. Oh no, wait, this is the old trailer. Is there a new trailer? No, there isn't. Okay. New character and details, says this post. Wait, this isn't right. What? This is why Reddit's nice. All the information is just there. This is the translated names. I thought they have been, or this is like the untranslated names. Where's the translated ones? Like I think, here, I'll look this up properly. Anyone have a link? I'll take it. Bowser's inside story, but with the Zelda characters, boom. Do they go, they go like into Ganon? It sounds terrible. Things that only work because they're in the Mario series. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh yeah, back before Breath of the Wild, there was some amazing fan art that someone did where Ganon was like Link's teacher, and he like gets possessed, or something, and then like gets, you know, power corrupted and then becomes the bad guy. But like before that, he's like a decent dude who's like, you know, training Link in the way of the sword. I love that sort of shit, you know. This was well before Breath of the Wild, and then in Breath of the Wild it was revealed that there is no like Ganon, there's just Calamity Ganon. And then obviously now in Tears of the Kingdom they're like, actually there is a Ganon, he's just under the ground and imprisoned by the goat arm. Believe in the goat arm that believes in you. Eventually I will play Age of Imprisonment, I feel like. Eventually. Someday I will play it. And when I do, I'm gonna be so critical of Rauru. Maybe they'll change my mind. Age of Imprisonment, will it change my mind on Raru's quality, shall we say? Okay, here's the English source. Nintendo of America. Sages are finally stepping out of legend in Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Meet Agraston, the worldly chief of the Gorons. Though calm and intellectual, he will readily fight tooth and nail for his companions. Calm and intellectual! Would you look at that? It's just Darston from Echoes of Wisdom. How dare. You've already done this. Wait, where's the second one? Ayo. Hey, that's it. It's just the Gorons. Wait, there's more. I know there's more. Okay, Nintendo of America. Cancelled. What? What? Okay, this is fine. Oh, I found it. Okay. Meet Kia, Q-I-A, the Zora Queen, and a skilled fighter whose courage and valor inspire her people. Okay, alright. Do we get like a headstrong Zora? That'll be fun. Meet Rafika, the quick-witted leader of the Rito. Despite his aloof demeanor, he is a considerate and steadfast ally. Okay, he's just Rivali 2.0. Alright, good to know. Meet Ardi, a compassionate leader among the Gerudo who is bound by Gerudo law to serve Ganondorf. Ah, that'll be fun. I think I'll like her. That's neat. The Gerudo are such an interesting race. I want more about them. This is cool. I'm glad that they're doing that. I think Ganon's still gonna be, like, irrevocably evil, though. And then, oh. Meet Lenalia, a chamberlain who attends to Princess Zelda. Though she can come across as easygoing, her ability to get things done has made her one of Raru's most trusted attendants. Oh, is this the girl who writes the tablets or whatever? This must be the person who writes the tablets. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, I like I like what they're doing with AOI. It's only the gameplay. Like, if it was a normal Zelda-style gameplay, I would play it, like, on release. Like, I don't really care about canon and not canon, like, in terms of, like... I mean, I obviously care in my series, but... but, like, when I'm playing games, I don't necessarily consider games non-canon just because the game series says them so. Like, I consider Hyrule Warriors canon, right? I consider Cadence of Hyrule canon. So, like, I'm not going to be discriminating based on that, but... And also, Zelda, like, the devs have been saying for ages, they're like, Age of Imprisonment is canon. It's hacking canon. It's solo canon. And I'm like, does that mean it's going to end with you losing? Because otherwise it's not canon, is it? I don't know how they're going to do this. Also, there's no Link? Or are they going to make the robot Link, which is what people have been saying? They might do that, to be honest. I guess I'd be okay with that. Actually, I kind of would be okay with that. Construct Link, woo! This is, I did my post-TOTK design for Wild, and I gave him a robot arm, so I guess we're going even further. Yeah, there shouldn't be a Link in Accord, yeah. Well, yeah, but they can't... So the problem is they can't have a Zelda game without Link. Or, like, you know, they're not going to. So what people have been theorizing is that the little robot construct thing, it kind of does look like Link a little bit already. So people are saying that's probably going to be, it's going to be the Link of this game. And I feel like, yeah, valid. Maybe it's the start of the 5th or 6th timeline. Mars, I follow the series of events where TOTK happens well after every other Zelda game. Like, even the past of TOTK happens well after every Zelda game. So I guess by that logic, there's still only 3 timelines, but this one sets off a 4th one. Unless you're counting, fair enough, Age of Calamity, which is a 5th one, so yeah, okay, fair enough. Salty about AOI taking Echoes of Wisdom spotlight. Oh. Fair. I like the War of Imprisonment from TOTK. I just think, I don't know, it's... So we'll see what they can do. We'll see what they can do. They might make me like it. Who knows? There's no need for a Link in the spin-off unless it's Link's crossbow training, right? Little did we know. The hidden truth. It's just gonna be crossbows all the way down. Yeah, I think, I mean, there have been, by the way, multiple Zelda games without Zelda. Like, that's actually not very uncommon. Link's Awakening, I think, famously does not star Zelda a single time. Not even a mention. Majora's Mask mentions Zelda once. You get a flashback to her teaching you the lullaby, I think. No, wait, the Song of Time. That's the one. Not Zelda's lullaby. I think you get a small flashback to Song of Time and that's it. Only hope for AOI is that the construct isn't wild. Because you want Flora and Silent to interact. Oh, I think either way it's not gonna be Silent. There's been like multiple Links after Silent. I guess if Twilight can come back. You know what? Yeah, frick it. If Twilight can come back for Breath of the Wild era, maybe. I kind of doubt it though. I feel like Silent has no reason to stay that long. Twilight does, but Silent does not. Silent stays long enough for one thing, and that's about all he's getting. Well, he might get more, it depends. Awakening does mention Zelda. Oh, really? No way. Okay. Only when Marin is waking up Link and he asks about Zelda. Wait, Link talks? Do you mean the manga? I can hope. I can hope. I guess you can always have hope. This is true. I mean, you never know. I thought I was gonna be like super off target with my Aurora Echo merge, and then I played the game and I'm like, wait, this fits. Oh, he doesn't talk, but Marin asks. Oh, okay, reacts like he asked about her. Oh, gotcha. Did they ever mention Zelda by name? I'm actually curious. This doesn't affect anything I had planned. I'm just curious. Okay, time to look at some real Hyrule Warriors artwork. Hashtag Artemis, right? Least drawn. Unfortunate. okay, Artemis. I love you too. I promise. Okay, and these are blue, which I'm going to shamelessly steal from Sun's outfit thingy. There. Close enough. About to pull up the wiki. I don't think the wiki answers this. What Marionette said, but she's never talked about as if anyone knows who she is. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure nobody mentions her as if like, oh yeah, Zelda. But like, it's possible that Marin goes like, who, Zelda? Oh, I don't know who that is. You know, something like that. Like, essentially, I'm wondering whether Marin goes, who is Zelda? Or who is that? You know? I don't know who you're talking about. Like that sort of thing. Whomst. Marin is like, who the frick is a Zelda? Who's Zelda? Is she competition? Alright, and then this one. It's red. See, look. Red, white, and blue. Artemis is American. It's an American Zelda. Because Americans like war. I'm American, I can say that. It's alright. I'm actually a really shitty American, as we found out through watching me play XCOM. I'm like the worst American. I feel like if I were a better American, I would know all the guns. And I don't. Okay. It's actually more pink, less red. Let's make it more pink. I made it red just for funsies, but I think the pink fits her better. There. Yeah, small details may change. I've been kind of refining everybody's designs as I go through this. So I think some people noticed on the Tumblr, for example, that Dot's design changed about like a few months ago, where I like added in the kinstone clasps. I added in, so the Rock's Cape was always a Rock's Cape, but I added in some things to make it a little bit clearer. Technically this top part should just be white, but I've added the blue in there. I think it just, I didn't want to have Dot and not include all 4 of the colors in the 4 swords, even though 4 is here, and 4 does not have all colors in the 4 swords, because there's no way to put purple in. I was like, ah, how am I supposed to put purple into 4? I guess I could make his eyes purple or something, but but they're not, they're hazel. That's like the whole point. And then recently, Dawn has a little green bow. I've added a small green bow. It's there for a reason. I think someone asked me about that too. I gotta respond to that. Yeah, reason's pretty simple actually. I was looking for a way to incorporate the cool trivia fact that I found out at the end of my Zelda 1 playthrough. Small purple loop earring at the top of his ear. Ooh, I like that. Like right here. Yeah, let's do that. This is why I do these streams live. Give me suggestions. Good. Hand them over. Steal all your suggestions. Oh shit, that's really bright. Wait, hold on. Take it back. Take it back now, y'all. Okay, maybe here. There. Let's see if this works. Maybe like the top of this? What? Why doesn't it work? Doesn't work. What? Ayo. Did I? Oh, I blocked it out. That's right. Okay. Ignore that. Doesn't show up much. Doesn't show up much. I think the fact that he's already got an earring is complicating things. I gotta figure out... So actually, fun fact, for last year for my birthday, Dust made me crocheted or knitted. I don't actually know which one, because I'm bad at knitting things, but she crocheted me like a little 4 swords cap, and it was mostly purple because I like Vio the most. And it had like a little stripe on the side of red, blue, and green to like just denote the fact that there are 3 other colors. And it was super cute. Maybe I could do something like that. I could steal from Dust. That How would that look? I always wondered why the headband was green. I think I should switch colors. Yeah, maybe something like this. Mood ring bandana, yeah. Some people say that the band changes colors. I personally don't. I think it's just a green band. I think his eyes get to change colors if he's feeling discord. That's allowed. It's cliche, but it's so cool. Come on. Yeah, maybe something like this. I might keep that in there. We'll see. We'll see if I like it by the end. And let me just slide this into the colors. There. Crochet has the hook and knitting has the chopsticks. Yeah. So I used to be able to knit, actually, back in the day. I used to know how to knit back in the day when I was but a young lad. Oh wait, young lass. Whoops, wrong gender. I'm not trans or anything, I just forgot. Not that it's bad that if I was. Oh, that got all confusing. Color changing eyes is a fun trope. I've always found it fun. I personally view 4's whole merge and split thing as similar to the gems from Steven Universe, if people know what Steven Universe is. Laddies. That's just like a Scottish way of saying lads, though. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this here for now. Oh, maybe the blue should be brighter, actually. It's kind of cute. I kind of like it. It's also got like a weirdly technical vibe. Also, it's the wrong order, isn't it? Frick, I need to switch blue and purple. God damn it. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Oh wait, let me steal the colors first, actually. Okay, there. Okay, there. Yeah, the order of 4 is also specifically determined by canon. In my opinion, it should be reverse order of how the gems are collected in Minish Cap. So green first, then blue, then red, then bio. Bio is the youngest. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that makes more sense. He's ready to take on the world. Okay. What else? We did 4. I did not forget to add the pink to Legend's hair. Let's go. I did not forget to add the Might Bell. Let's go. We got our Hyrule. I added the freckles. Okay, we got Wind. We got Spirit. We got Twilight. Okay, now we're back to these guys. Let's go. Back to these people. So here, and gold. Honestly, I should just put all the gold stuff on a different layer. I think it's going to be changed too often for me to... Here. There. And this one's gold too. And that. Nice. Ladles. Unrelated, but I still find it hilarious that you can fight with a soup ladle in Breath of the Wild. This was one of my favorite things back in the day. I was like, what? Really? This is allowed? No way. Okay. I'll need to refine these lines later. That's okay. What is artwork without refining lines? Sketch is what? And there. Yeah, at this point I have so many things on my list of things to draw. I'm like freaking behind. One day I'll get through everything. Even the stuff I've half finished. Like, I think about like a year or two ago, I started drawing this really cute Breath of the Wild comic. It was a good one. I think it's maybe even more than that. I think it might have been before like LU even. It's just a while ago. I started drawing a Breath of the Wild comic, And I got all the way up until, this was definitely before Tears of the Kingdom release, for sure. And it was maybe before, like, any of this other stuff. And I was like, oh, this is, like, super nice, and I'll come back to it someday. And then I did one time, I think, like, a year or two later, I came back and, like, redrew it and refined it a little bit. And then, I never finished it. It's still there. One day I'll finish it. One day. But it is not this day. This day we do chibi artwork so I can try to finish them in time for the ranking poll. And then I can just finally, instead of having to like pull random artwork from places, although I might do that again because it was just funny, I can just use the chibis. Last time I pulled artwork from random arts, which was great. Like I don't know, I like messing with Dusk a little bit, so. So like everybody else had like pretty normal ones, and then Dusk had like the one from her, like just woke up at 9 AM and like is really, really angry. It's a good time. Catchphrase when using the ladle, get cooked. I love that. It does like 3 damage. Your catchphrase is probably gonna be like, ouch, because you're gonna get killed. Although, to be fair, I feel like I was decent at dodging in Breath of the Wild. I could flurry rush pretty consistently. Good soup. Good soup is canon to the Zelda franchise. Has anyone actually like tried making the cheese and pumpkin soup from Twilight Princess? It's like cheese, pumpkin, and fish. And I've always wondered, like, does that actually taste good? Is that allowed? That sounds kind of gross. Yeah, I agree. Like, how is one supposed to mix those things? But then again, I do like strange flavors. Like, the stranger it is, the more I'll enjoy it, probably. Or the more, I won't necessarily like it, but I'll enjoy trying it, even if I hate it, just to be like, okay, I tried that, and it was cool. Oh, cheese soup, yeah. You can have, like, a broccoli cheddar, you know? Like, that's a cheese soup. It's like a normal cheese soup. I guess fondue, by default, is like a cheese soup, and you dip things into it, you know? Like, that's a thing that happens. Anyone have a favorite soup? Do I have a favorite soup? I really like egg drop soup, I think. They need to put egg drop soup in the Zelda series. Is that an option? I guess I've never tried in Breath of the Wild or Tears. Can you make egg drop soup? I feel like I would know if you could, but then again, I did not use the cooking mechanic at all. Like, I was so... My friend Sunshine did, though. This is the same Sunshine who played the game, like, wrong in the funniest way possible. I've talked about this on Insta, and on Tumblr, I think. I can make a whole series of comics about how wrong Sunshine played Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. It was so good. One of the things Sunshine did was, pretty much cook every item in the game, and then just, like, keep them around, and they're all, like, suboptimal ass items, you know what I mean? Like, the best item in Breath of the Wild is 1 hardy radish. She did not have 1 hardy radish. She had, like, I don't know, like, different, various quiches and crepes, and, like... and each one restores, like, 2 hearts, max. She's, like, fighting the final boss, and she's like, oh, out of hearts. I'm like, you have so many radishes in your inventory. She's like, yeah, but I already cooked that. That's so good. She knows. She's well aware. She just doesn't want to. She appreciates the challenge. Ham and sweet potato or ham and navy bean? Ooh, I don't even know what navy bean is. Is the bean actually colored navy? Like, is that a thing? It's like a blue bean. I'm imagining a blue bean. Like a blueberry type of thing. Actually, that'd be kind of weird. Is the soup navy? It's a small white bean. Ah, lies! Lies and treachery. Why is it not navy? We have been scammed, dear viewers. Scammed by the bean. You don't like soup? What? How dare? I love soup. Huge fan of soup. First smoothies and then soup. Like, I actually do genuinely love smoothies. It's not even just Echoes of Wisdom. When they came out with Echoes of Wisdom, I'm like, oh shit, they also put smoothies in here? Holy shit. It's like my favorite thing. Oh yeah, I think I made that joke when I was playing Echoes of Wisdom. Yeah, the cactus joke. I think pretty much any time a cactus gets referenced, we all make the Sokka joke. It's the quenchiest. Still a good joke, so many years later. There's a scene in One Piece too, where they come across some cactus juice, Luffy drinks some, things happen. Nothing bad, just things. It's a pretty classic desert trope, I think. But it's okay, because the Deku people process their smoothies properly, and therefore the cacti are safe to drink. The seahorses we cannot speak for. Still unsure why there are just whole-ass seahorses as an ingredient in Echoes of Wisdom. Echoes of Wisdom, there's other gameplay outside of making smoothies? Gasp. Of course not, of course not. It's just smoothies, right? It was a great game about making smoothies. Who's silent? I've never heard about that guy. It's just smoothies. Chowder's the thing in real life. Okay, but is it a smoothie though? Okay, alright. What counts as a smoothie here? Because, so in Echoes of Wisdom, you can also put, you can make a smoothie out of 1 butter, 1 potato, which is not a smoothie, that's mashed potato. Is mashed potato a smoothie? There's getting the smoothies. I guess you do have to acquire the ingredients somehow. Someone else does that for you, right? Clearly, in Echoes of Wisdom, the hit video game where you play as the, previously never playable character, Deku Salesman. We've never been able to play as Deku Salesman before. We've been able to play as Deku Kid, but not Salesman. He was very specifically not a salesman. He was indeed a servant. Mixed ingredients with a specific consistency. Okay, then what determines whether it's a smoothie or a soup? Like, what about an acai bowl? If you can suck it through a straw, you can suck soup through a straw. Is soup a smoothie? What if I took a bowl of ice and I, like, melted it? Is that a smoothie? Must a smoothie have multiple ingredients? There are rocks and monster guts as ingredients, Lynn. No, but that's a potion. That's very specifically in the game calls it a potion, actually. So it's fine. The rocks, though, are that's true, yeah. The rocks are, but they're potatoes. The rocks are potatoes, and the monster guts make potions, so it's okay. It's okay. Is soup a... IDK Lynn, is soup a smoothie? Look, I'm here to posit the questions, okay? The answer is yes, by the way. Everything is a smoothie. I am biased. I like soup. I like smoothies. I'm one of those people... There's a sandwich chart. I think people have seen the sandwich alignment chart. I'm one of those people that, like, on the sandwich alignment chart, I am, like, all the way, like, I'm chaotic evil on the sandwich alignment chart. I think everything is a sandwich. Smoothies should be thicker than soup. If your smoothie is soup consistency, you might as well be drinking juice. Juice is a smoothie. Ketchup is a smoothie, yeah. And pretty much anything, if it's blended, is a smoothie. Like, if you can mix it or blend it in any way. Like, if you make a soup and you're, like, blending the soup, or if you're blending some ingredients to put into the soup, it's a smoothie. Ranch? Yeah, that sounds like a smoothie to me. Do you blend ranch? I don't actually know, actually. If you blend ranch, it's a smoothie. Yeah, agreed. If you blend it until things are, like, smooth, yeah. Egg drop soup is kind of not a smoothie, because you don't, like, blend it. You, like, drop the egg into the soup. I remember that old post. That was a good post. Yeah, everything is a smoothie. Are humans smoothies? Humans maybe consist of a little bit of smoothie. I think your gastric juices might be a smoothie. I hope nobody's eating. There's someone in chat just now is like, frick you. I was having a nice time. Humans are sandwiches too, yeah. We're skin sandwiches. Or, we're intestine sandwiches, presumably. Yeah, like, you don't call the sandwich a bread sandwich, right? Like, you call it, like, a ham sandwich. So we are, by default, we're, like, intestinal sandwiches. Skin wrapped around a intestinal center. That's us. Ham and sweet potato soup, not a smoothie. Pumpkin soup, smoothie. Correct. Marionette has the right of it. Organic sandwiches. Well, that just sounds like a health food, though. Like, I would get some from the Whole Foods, you know? Organic sandwiches probably do exist, actually. Wraps are sandwiches, too. Yeah, I'm like, full chaotic evil. Some people say that a sandwich must have 2 separate slices of whatever you're sandwiching. But I am both structural chaotic and ingredient chaotic. I believe anything can be a sandwich. I don't discriminate. Humans are sandwiches. I think your gastric juices might be a smoothie. Echo's thoughts in the shower. Which should lead to like, could I just get the benefits from the smoothie by eating the ingredients raw? And I feel like with Echo's chaoticness, she'd be like, yeah! Like, Echo and Wild are united in a few separate things, and one of those things is then that they would both definitely crunch rocks. You're eating rocks if you eat a person. I mean, there are easier ways to eat rocks, but yes, true. Like, eat rocks, okay. Turns around to the nearest human being. Chomp. I might draw the line at humans, Lynn. Humans are smoothies. Everybody's a smoothie. The skin is such a gross organ. I mean, by default, our organ's not a little bit gross, like just a little. The brain's cool, though. The brain gets a free pass. I say this as someone who is not in medicine. I am a computer scientist. I work in machine learning and artificial intelligence. Our brains are easier to process. It's mostly dead tissue that, like, yeah, that's fair, that's true. I guess that's also true, yeah. No, I think the brain is the least gross organ. I mean, it's kind of gross, though, yeah. But it's like, it's cool, though. It's cool, but it's also gross. All the others are surrounded. I like the tactical play of that. Alright, we're surrounded. We gotta break out of the skeleton before they get us. Quick, the white blood cells, they're coming. Make a run for it. I mean, I guess this is the plot of Bowser's Inside Story. Hashtag Bowser's Inside Story, Magic School Bus, and Cells at Work. And maybe also Osmosis Jones, but I don't know anything about that. Yes, I do know my references. The best organ is the pipe organ, very clean. Ganondorf from Cadence of Hyrule agrees with you. He has a preferred instrument, believe it or not. I think Cadence of Hyrule confirms Ganon's preferred instrument, which is that it's a pipe organ. Which is funny, because the mask salesman from Majora's Mask also has a preferred instrument. And I believe it is also an organ. Suspicious, mask salesman. What are you up to, mask salesman? Never trust the mask salesman. I actually really like the mask salesman. I think he's so cool. I think the mask salesman and Ravia would get along. It's a pity that Ravio didn't get to accompany the cast when they got into Termina in Secrets We Keep. Ravio would have a blast. Not that the cast is gonna meet the mask salesman. He's gone. He's out of here. Early instruments were made of the organs of other animals, so can we really trust them? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think like the old shamisen, like Japanese shamisen were like made from cat guts and stuff, right? Cat skin. I know this from reading Holic. And not from any actual sources, so do not trust me. Ravio's at war. That's just Hyrule Warriors Ravio. That exists. That's canon. Cat gut strings are a thing. Cattle guts not feline. No, but I think in shamisen, like the shamisen from Japan, some instrument, like it is actually made of cat, I think, not cattle gut. Like that's a different thing. But this is like also a different thing. I feel like. I'm gonna look it up just because I got this from a manga, so it might not be correct, but it is a manga that sort of focuses on like ancient Japanese tradition. So maybe it's right, maybe it's not. Cat, skin, shamisen. Yeah, the cat skin on shamisen came from dogs or cats that were prepared to be eaten. But they like stopped that recently, I guess. Apparently they also have some covered with snake skin. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Huh. Alright, back to artwork. There is a masked salesman in Legends Era. Oh, masked salesman in Legends Era. You mean Ravio. That's Ravio, right? Is the masked salesman there? Like the masked salesman? You know, the guy? The happy masked salesman? Yeah, I love Ravio because he's essentially what would happen if you merged Link and the Happy Mask Salesman. Like, what would you get if? Oh, and then also if you gave him, like, Wisdom attribute. Oh, the Happy Mask Salesman, he's in the Oracle games, isn't he? Is he? I actually forgot. Is he? He probably is. I think a lot of characters from Ocarina just show up in, like the guy with the little musical box, the Song of Storms guy, like he's in the Oracle games. And I was like, oh, look, it's you. Mallet is in the Oracle games. Like, oh, look, it's you. Happy Mask Salesman, Oracle. Yeah, he owns the mask shop on the outskirts of Lina City. What does he look like? I forgot him. Hold on. Keep going, keep going. Nah. Ah. Okay, artwork, go away. No, that's not, I want the sprite. What does the sprite look like? Oh, that guy, okay. Yeah, I don't think I recognized him as the Happy Mask Salesman. I guess he gives you a mask, but to be fair, other people give people masks. He's starving and he needs the tasty meat to give you a mask. Okay, interesting. Huh. That's so cool. Yeah, he's just a little sprite. I didn't recognize him. That's cute though. Yeah, valid. Definitely valid. As a Majora's Mask superfan, like so cool to see him back. Love it. Definitely love it. Malin was much more easily recognizable, and so was the Song of Storms guy. You know, because he's still playing his instrument. He's still there. He's practicing. Yeah, the Malin in Oracle of Ages is not the same Malin as the one in Ocarina of Time. They are different people. In both canon and in Wisdom vs. Canon, they are going to be different people. I think Oracle Malin is a descendant of Fallen Timeline Malin. Which means that this Malin did not get with Link. Which is sad. Because I ship Malin and Link in Ocarina of Time. Are you afraid that you might ever get stuck in a skate park bowl? I will admit no. I don't think I've ever been to a skate park. But that does sound like a fear that somebody could have, actually. That does sound like a thing that someone could be... Yeah, valid fear, though. Valid fear. I mean, they have stairs, though, right? Like, they're not, like, you know... they're not, like, surrounded on all sides. Like, they wouldn't trap people in there. Seems like a rather counterproductive thing to do. Just trap people in the skate park bowl. Like, you can't leave. Get out. I don't think there's too many places where people try to trap people, I guess. Other than caves. You go caving, that's probably a bad idea. You're gonna get trapped. I've been caving. I got, I got roped into a caving trip. It was really fun. It was just an RV trip. And then we decided to tack on the caves because it was so hot that we literally couldn't do anything else. Like, it was 100 plus degrees Fahrenheit outside. I literally brought my Switch with me in my backpack into the caves because I think if I had left it in the RV, the Switch might have, like, exploded. Yeah, I think that's a pretty common headcanon. I like that one, though. That recurring NPCs are caused by Demise's curse being contagious and no one knows about it. I think it's pretty funny, yeah. It's also, it's interesting because, like, certain characters, like Malin, for example, was not in Skyward Sword, so she's not around to be cursed. But, like, a good number of folks are, you know? Like, Beetle, he was around back then. It's a thing. There's the horror shot of a woman waking up in a water basin wall until she ultimately falls. Oh, that sounds terrifying. Anyone here read Battle Royale? Either the manga or watched the live-action TV show or read the light novel. There's someone who dies like that in Battle Royale. It's really gruesome. If you're here for Zelda content and that's like the level of gruesome you're looking for, please do not read Battle Royale. Malin was in Minish Cap, so it's 4's fault. Yeah, might be. True. Same thing for Tingle, that's true. Goddamn Tingle. Yeah, apparently, so I think someone told me earlier that Tingle was in Twilight Princess, and I'm like, really? I don't remember that. And I looked it up, and it's just this guy that's dressed like Tingle, but looks like way more handsome. Like I don't know, they made him a Chad. I didn't recognize that as Tingle, I think, when I played the game. Like, I was like, oh, that's Tingle? Okay, I guess. It doesn't look like Tingle to me, but alright. I think his name is also not Tingle in the game. Like, they call him something else, but he's like based on Tingle. Whee. Have a headcanon that Demise cursed only ensured he would have an avatar. It was Hylia that made the hero reincarnate. Yeah, I personally think that Demise's curse didn't actually do anything at all. Like, I think he was just saying, like, you fool, I'll be back, you know? And Demise had that power. Like, he didn't need to say it or anything. Even if he'd been completely quiet, he would have showed up again. He would have been there, lurking in the background as a fallen god and trying to infect somebody. And then he happened to infect Ganon, which is valid. I mean, like, if one is going to come across a Ganon, why not infect them, right? Like, such is the thing that people do these days. But yeah, I do think, so my personal headcanon is that the curse did not affect anybody else. But I think that people do think that that's what happened. Like, I think Sky definitely blames himself as if he had been the cause of the curse. Like, he thinks that maybe if he had stopped it earlier, then he would have been able to stop the curse. And he's, in my opinion, incorrect about that, but he just doesn't know it and doesn't really... Oh, music ended? Yeah, I just set it back up again. I think it went from one song to the next, as it does. Thanks for letting me know, though. I appreciate that. Yeah, let me know if the sound ever, like, you know, crashes out or anything. It's probably good to know. Just in case. I do think it's interesting, though, that, that Groose has red hair. And that the Gerudo people kind of sounds a little bit similar. Like, I like that specific headcanon. I've been following that one for a while. I didn't come up with it. It's definitely not my headcanon. But that one's a fun one. A lot of fun headcanons that we've all kind of come up with over the years that Nintendo's never gonna confirm. But that's the fun of the Zelda series, you know? You get to, like, make your own thoughts. You get to decide which parts of the canon you want to choose to keep. Because canon contradicts itself so much, and because it has a few gaps in it, not like, you know, intentional gaps or anything, just because everything is gonna have some gaps that you can fill in. There's just so much room to work with, and I like that. I think that's neat. I think the fandoms I follow tend to be mostly those types of fandoms where there's just a lot of stuff to work with. Like Silmarillion, like various versions of canon all over the place there. And then Bondazushi with its like, it's got like a live action TV show, an animated TV show, the light novel that it's based on, an audio drama, the manga, the English translated book, the shitty English translation from before they made a proper canon English translated book. A good like 6 or 7 versions of canon out there in the MDZS fandom, but I enjoyed putting them all together. Have this mental image where Sky ends up talking about Demise's curse to Silent, and Silent has that scene where Zuko realizes that Katara could bloodbend because he's like, oh shit, if Demise can do that, imagine what Null could have done. Rip Null, yeah. I think Demise, though... So I like to think that these supervillains have, like, specific powers, right? Null is more powerful, in my opinion, than Demise, but he uses that power in a different way. Which is to say, he has a lot more going against him. Like, poor guy has been essentially locked out of the world. Rip Null. Cursed to wander outside the bounds of existence for all of eternity. This is also exactly what happens in the Silmarillion to the main villain of the Silmarillion, Morgoth, so I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Few gaps looks at vast ocean of inconsistency, sure, a few. That's what I'm here for. I am here to freaking connect the dots. I am moving so many red threads across this little conspiracy board here. Keep reading Secrets We Keep. There are more red threads being connected. I'm like that guy from the Always Sunny meme. Like, no, listen. Listen, I've got a plan. Yeah, I did hear about that, and honestly, it's completely my view as well. Like, I shout out to Toby Fox, who, like, I think knows what makes a good fandom. Despite maybe old Undertale fans not being that great. Newer Undertale fans, and maybe even some of the old ones now, have become really cool people, so good to have, good to have. Yeah, make whatever you want with canon, be free, exactly. This is the same stance I've always said, in anything that I write, and also in anything that anyone else writes, too. Like, I feel like nobody should judge people for not knowing specific parts of canon, or, like, Like, as someone who goes into every single detail and tries to know literally everything about whatever I get into, I would never expect anyone else to do that. Like, I don't know why people do that. There's no gatekeeping allowed. But I've been pretty clear about this before. I don't need to state it again. I think people here know that. And I'm glad that other people have the same opinions. Other creators specifically. Especially large, like really well-known popular creators like Toby Fox. It's awesome to know. I think we in the Homestuck fandom have always been like, yeah, Toby Fox. Shout out to that guy. He hasn't done anything controversial yet. We'll give him time. Maybe he'll come up with something. Alright. I have almost finished an Artemis. Maybe I add a little bit more pink here. And I think that's gonna be it for today. About like half a chibi done. Such is the way when I A, get distracted, and B, work at the pace that I usually work at. But hey, consider it good progress, and we're so close to completion. Look, there's so many of them. There's so many of them, and only 2 left that I haven't worked on at all, and 1 left that I have half finished. So yeah, 5, well, I'm still not done with Artemis actually. I need to finish the eyes, I need to finish the shadows, so that'll take a little bit more. So let's say like about the total of, but then I also started Warriors, you're right, so I think it's still like an average of 5 left. Yet time has flown, and I am going to be done with stream. Thank y'all for stopping by, folks, I do appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow playing some XCOM 2, which has been great so far. Conscripting chat for fun and profit. Let the deaths continue. Let the meat grinder take you all away. I mean, I will play responsibly with your lives, of course. And speaking of responsibilities, let's go raid somebody who is doing a stream today. Let's check. Oh, it looks like Mesa's playing Chants of Sonar. We're raiding Mesa. Go check out Mesa. They're playing a game that I really, really love. And that is also somewhat related to, I believe, Tunic, which is one of the next games I will play, I believe. So we'll see about that. Let's go raid Mesa. Yeah, check out my AO3. If you have, if you're like wondering about Zelda theories and what my thoughts are on them, and even if you think like, I wonder what the Wisdomverse girls are up to or what the Wisdomverse guys are up to, check out the Secrets We Keep. It's a pretty good fic that kind of covers everything that I have about theories, but also in like a really like fun story, hurt comfort way. Like I'm messing with the characters here. I am wrecking them with canon. And I'll see you all later. Bye, folks.